What's going on, guys? Nug's Knives. I'm Nug. These are some knives. Well, this is a knife, I guess. Today we're talking about this Heretic Gin Slipjoint prototype that I picked up. I've had my eye on this since it came out a couple of years ago, and finally I managed to get one secondhand for a pretty decent price. And it is beautiful, and immediately it's different than any other slipjoint I've handled before. Slip joints are something that I've gotten into in the last like 6 months or so I'm not as well versed with them, but it's a beautiful knife. I'm a sucker for flame titanium. The interesting thing about this knife, though, is that it definitely very much feels like it's trying to be something that it isn't, or it is something that it's not. You know, like it's a little confused, and I guess that speaks to the prototype aspect. But I mean, like, it has this little valley here on either side. I think in the flipper version they recently came out with, there's like milling holes all the way through, but on this version it's something that your finger naturally draws to so much, like on either side, but you can't open it like that. You just can't. So it's a little paradoxical, but I really enjoy it. This one has the serial number 25. I don't know how many were made, but 25 seems like a good number. Talking about slip joints a little bit in general, I'm going to bring out a couple others and compare the action, because I feel like with a lot of knife review videos that I see, there's a lot of discussion of specifications. A lot of time in the beginning is spent going over, information about the logistical aspects, the information that I can, look at on the website if I really, really want to know. What isn't on the website, and what I do come to the videos for, is the other stuff, the more holistic things. And that includes the feel. How does this knife feel? Smaller than I expected. It's about a palm-sized knife. It looks bigger in the pictures. Hee hee. And it's strange as far as slip joints go. In terms of the action, this is where I want to compare to another slip joint. I'll grab this one because I picked this up very recently. This is the Smoky Mountain Knife Works PB&J Crossroads from Case. And if you notice, when I pull on the little indent here, it's stiff. It's very stiff from the very beginning. It takes a good amount of pressure to break it from its detent. And then when you get it to this point, it's also stiff. And then it's very snappy, and that's where the walk and talk comes from, kind of. But on this knife, I don't know if it's because the spring, like the piece they use back here, was too thin or something, but it's very soft up until you get to like the bite point, right about here. If the knife's up and down, it's like at 7 o'clock, and then the pressure, and it's not a lot. It's a softer release and a softer landing, more cushiony when you're opening it. And then still snappy to the open position. They nailed that. It sounds very good. You can see the milling pattern when you look really closely, but it's too fine to really feel with like the pad of your finger, in my opinion. But I've been playing with this one since I got it a couple days ago. I think a couple others are warranted when it comes to comparisons or benchmarks. So I'll bring out this guy. This is what I brought to work today. This is the Jack Wolf Knives Big Bro Jack. And you can hear it's much stiffer sounding and feeling in terms of the movement. And this is like the opposite side of the spectrum. This is even softer than the Jinn. This is the Queen Knives 180, I think it's called. I'm not actually positive on the name. I got it in a giveaway off of Whatnot, but even more cushiony. It's like the other end of the spectrum. So it really is a middle ground between those two, with the caveat that it has this space between where you open it, or like where it's fully closed and where the bite point is, which is different than any other slip joint that I've played around with before. I enjoy it immensely. I think Heretic, I've been following Heretic for a long time, since like maybe 2021. And that was when I was broke, so I only have a couple of Heretic knives because it wasn't until the last year or two that I got disposable income of any kind. But I have this, I have the Nephilim with the same flame titanium handle. I have a manual Medusa that I'm selling. I should probably make a video on that one before I sell it, because I am selling it, and then I won't be able to make a video after. But personality-wise, this knife gets a solid 10. If you met this guy at a party, it'd be a real trip. He'd be like, "You want to hit my DMT cart or something?" And you'd be like, "I can't believe you said that to me in a public space. Like, that's crazy. Shouldn't you be doing that in privacy?" Little hippy dippy, might be an amateur chemist, super down to earth in a ironic way, really fun to hang out with, but your parents wouldn't like that you're hanging around him, probably. You know what I mean? But I guess that's what makes it a prototype. Anyway, if you're not subscribed, consider it. You're so handsome, and I appreciate you having the good grace to listen to me talk for 6 minutes and 15 seconds or whatever. Thanks for being here. See you next time.